Hey guys, Sophia here with turquoisetoffee.wordpress.com. Yesterday was the 2020 World Clash Pro Bikini Championships, and it was such an amazing show. We had the return of our beloved Ashley Kaltwasser and such an incredible lineup of women. It was phenomenal. So let's get to it. Now, of course, there was supposed to be another contest this weekend, the Monsters in Pro in South Korea. Fortunately, it was rescheduled, but only a couple weeks ahead. And I know that must have been so hard for those athletes that quarantined, but at least it's still happening. So they're doing everything they can over there in South Korea to keep it alive. And looking forward into the fall, we have a couple changes. The New York Pro is now going to be held in Florida. The Boston Pro has been postponed. The Chicago Pro has been moved to Atlanta, and the Japan Pro is canceled. So things are still pretty up in the air, and I know that makes it really difficult for the athletes to plan. But the promoters are doing everything they can, and we will just keep watching and keep hoping that these contests happen. In some good news, the IFBB Pro League has announced that they are allowing not only the winner at the Europa Pro Championship, but also the top 3 in bikini and figure and the top 2 in fitness, physique, and bodybuilding to qualify for Olympia. I think this is so phenomenal. It is such a nice gesture to our European athletes who haven't been able to compete because of travel restrictions, canceled contests. It's just going to allow so many more people the opportunity to make it to Olympia, and I think it's wonderful. So it's really good news. Way to go, IFBB Pro League. All right, so just a quick reminder, in the bikini division for this particular contest, Klash, first place gets you a ticket to Olympia, and then second gets you 5 points, third gets you 4 points, fourth gets you 3, and fifth gets you 2 points. And now, before the contest even started, it was pretty exciting just looking at the lineup of women. First of all, Ashley. She's back. We haven't seen her at all this year. We were supposed to see her at the Arnold, but she ended up having eye surgery and she couldn't compete. And then we haven't been able to see her since then. She is a 3-time Miss Bikini Olympia, 2013, 14, and 15. So, I mean, as soon as you see her name, you know she's going to be one of the top, if not the top. And there she did it, first place. So, way to go, Ashley. Another name you'll recognize is Ashlyn. We've been seeing her dominate all summer long, the Tampa and the Northern California. You'll also recognize the name of Brina, who we saw at the Northern California. Jasmine, who we saw at Wasatch Warrior. And now take a look here. I have to mention our 5th and 6th place ladies, Romina and Lauren. Look at the scores. So this is incredible. After prejudging, they had Romina in 6th and Lauren in 5th. Super close. And then in finals, they switched it and they had Romina in 5th and Lauren in 6th. So it says there that the tiebreaker was broken by round 2. That's wild. Like, holy smokes. Way to go, Romina. You did it. Lauren, oh, you were so close. You did great. It's really incredible that every single moment on stage matters. And both women looked awesome, and the judges had a really difficult job to pick between the two of them. What a close contest. All right, another name you would have recognized is Maya, who we saw at the Wasatch Warrior, and Brittany, who we saw at both Tampa and the Wasatch Warrior. So a lot of familiar faces, which is really lovely to see, and they're all placing very, very well. And then finally, Erin Stern is a name you might recognize. She is a 2-time Miss Olympia champion as well, but in the figure category. So Erin has switched into bikini, and she's doing fantastic. She ended up getting 10th here at Klash, and that's pretty incredible out of this lineup of nearly 40 professional women. Her physique looks amazing. The biggest challenge for Erin is the posing. It's so different than figure. And she's doing great. So it's really exciting to watch. And lastly, Evelina made it all the way from Poland. And while she didn't place fantastically, that doesn't even matter. I just wanted to mention and kind of give a shout out of how impressed I was with what she had to go through just to be able to compete. Quarantine, extra money and stress. She had to do her cardio in the airports and travel right in across the border. Took 36 hours. You know, she did everything she could to be able to compete, and I think that's really awesome. And she did it all, you know, according to the rules and being safe and protecting herself and people around her. So I was really impressed by that, and I wish her much luck, and I just hope she does really fantastically and is able to compete a lot more while she's in the States. All right, so our top 5. Ashley in first, Ashlyn in second, Brina in third, Jasmine in fourth, and Romina in fifth. Okay, so you might remember Romina. We saw her get 8th place at the Arnold, 5th at Tampa, and here she is again getting 5th at the Klash. Now, of course, the most obvious change is the bikini. We see this beautiful, pretty pink bikini on her now. I don't know. What do you guys think? Maybe comment. Do you like the blue or do you like the pink? I think I'm partial to the blue. I just like blue. I think it looks beautiful on her. However, you often see the dark brunette girls wearing blue bikinis. So I like that pink is kind of different and it stands out a little bit. It's a unique color. So it gets a thumbs up from me. In terms of other changes, you know, she's got the beautiful glittery sparkles on her eyes. Her hair looks a little longer. Maybe it's just the curl didn't come as tight because of the humidity, perhaps. From a physique perspective, I think Romina has grown her legs. They look a little bigger to me. Do you think so too? There's a lot more definition than we saw in Tampa. It's more comparable to what we saw her bring at the Arnold. So a little bit more size, a little bit more leanness. It's beautiful. She looks fantastic. So no wonder they gave her that 5th place. Wow, she looks great. All right, next you might recognize Jasmine. So we saw her get 2nd at the Wasatch, and here she is getting 4th at Klash. And wow, what a difference her hair and makeup make to her physique, right? It's just incredible. And I liked the long, dark, straight hair, but I really like the curly hair. Her makeup is a lot lighter here at Klash than it was at the Wasatch, and I like them both, but I overall I like the package. I like the whole thing she has at Klash. And in terms of her physique, I think she looks a little bit leaner. And now at the Klash, you can see a little bit more definition in her abs. And from a posing perspective, she just looks more tight, more firm, more particular, more, you know, like she just looks more on it. At the Wasatch, it seemed a little bit more like a casual, not that she was taking it casually, but it looked like a more relaxed kind of a pose, whereas at Klash, it was that sharp, crisp, really defined posing. And I think she looked amazing. So I really like what she brought to Klash, and I think 4th place is fabulous. All right, Brina. She is doing so good. 4th at the Northern California, and here she is in 3rd at the Klash. Physique-wise, totally comparable. You know, she is so consistent, flat, tight abs. She's got beautiful posing. The biggest change I'm noticing is the hair, the makeup, the earrings. I like that she pulled her hair off her face. I think it's just a unique look. Nobody else had their hair like that, which is always good. She's changed her earring into something a little longer with a bit of yellow to tie into the suit, which is beautiful. And I think she might even have a little more yellow sparkle on her eyes, which is lovely. So overall, she looked great. She has the most amazing chiseled shoulders. You know, you can see her clavicle go straight into the top of her shoulder, and it's gorgeous. So she just always nails it. She looks great. All right, Ashlyn, who's, like I said, just dominating every competition she goes to. She got 2nd at the Northern California, 3rd in Tampa, and now again 2nd at Klash. Just fantastic. Extremely consistent every time you see her compete. It's like it could have been the same day, all these pictures. She's really lean, really defined. Her muscles look beautiful. I don't know whether it's just because it's the other leg we're seeing in front, but at the Klash, you can almost see a little bit more definition in her quad than you can see in the other competitions. The suit, turquoise, my favorite, love it. She just looks beautiful, and she's rewarded very well from the judges for how good she always is. I love her long platinum hair. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I do think two things about the hair. Number one, I hope that she can have it to the back when she's facing the front. I don't like the idea of two kind of curtains of hair falling over her body. It just covers up her lats, and I think I want to see that. I want to see the muscle. I want to see the definition. So I'd like the hair to be back when she's facing forward. And then I'm also wondering if she couldn't benefit from a little bit of volume, just in that bangs area, just so that the hair is a little bit more off of her face rather than falling over her eyebrow and over her cheek. I'd love to just see a little bit more poof in the hair. I think it would be lovely. But overall, everything is beautiful. You know, all I can really comment on is hair. So that's pretty great. And then here we are, first place, Ashley. Unbelievable. She is so lean. It's like you can see every single muscle in her stomach in particular. That's a definition of a six-pack abs. Her legs look very nicely defined. She doesn't have, you know, big bulging, huge muscles or anything like that, but she's got gorgeous glutes. Just very lean, very tight. Her posing is phenomenal. Nails it every single time. She's done this. This was her 20th professional win. So you can always expect great things from Ashley. She typically wears a green bikini, but she switched it to red, which was lovely. And you can see what I mean about she has a little bit more volume in her hair than we saw with Ashlyn. Still straight and still really long, but I just like that little bit of poof at the top to take it off the face. I think it's face framing and it's beautiful. Her makeup is beautiful. The lips kind of match and correspond with the bikini. Her eyes are sparkling. Everything is gorgeous. Ashley is so good. There's very little you can say about Ashley. Just great. It was so good to see her again. And there's our lineup, our top 5. So incredible. And I have noticed from the back, the hamstring glute tie-in is really prominent on all of these women. You can really see, especially this area right in the inside of the leg, coming down into the hamstring is quite defined. So that's really beautiful. I like that we're looking at this kind of a more muscular look in the back. It's not just about a soft roundness to the glute. It's about the beautiful tie-ins. And I think they all look amazing. And they have beautiful long hair. You've got a nice variety of curly and straight and brunette and dark and light. Gorgeous. Okay, so what does this mean now for the points? Well, Ashley was already qualified for Olympia, so she wasn't even on this list. She is already going. Ashlyn gets 5 more points, so she's up to 26. Brina gets 4 more points, so she's up to 14. Jasmine gets 3 more points, so she's up to 18. And Romina gets 2 more points, so she's up to 4. So those top 5 qualifying athletes are really starting to separate themselves from the rest of the group. The points are starting to accumulate, and it'll just be exciting to see what that Europa show brings us and what the fall brings us for allowing some of these other women a chance to gain some points. Okay, so next weekend we can look forward to bikini, figure, physique, and women's bodybuilding. It's fantastic. So unfortunately, there's no wellness and there's no fitness, but that's okay. We will take what we can get, and we are super excited about what we do get to have. So we have 3 separate shows, and it'll be fantastic. And I will be back with another recap video as soon as I can. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed my little recap here of the Klash. Please give me a thumbs up if you did. Comment below on Ashley's suit. Do you like her in green or do you like her in red? It was quite a change for her. And let me know if what you're most excited for to see next week. Now, you can find me at turquoisetoffee.wordpress.com and, of course, on Instagram at turquoisetoffee. And make sure you subscribe so you don't miss my next recap video. All right, catch you later.